Everybody is Big Game James, man. I'm back in the building. You know how we do. I told you we're going to do the high school thing. You know about my channel. We're doing Cowboys football all day. But before a lot of these players became Cowboys, and we just had the NFL draft, these guys had aspirations to get into the NFL. Before they came college players, they played in high school. And so that's what we want to start with the beginning. And you never know what can happen later on in the future. But right now, I got another kid that I am excited about. You see, he got the H Town on the chest, so you know where he's repping over there. You feel me? And I got my guy, Button Lakes, offensive lineman. And I want, you know what? I can always say it, but I like to hear it from the player. Give your breakdown, your size, height, weight, what position you play, how long you've been playing the game, and what school you go to, and what state are you at. I know it's a lot, but you got it.
I'm 6'1", 95. I play offensive line. I don't demean myself to any position. I play offensive line. I can play anywhere on the offensive line. I'm from Houston, Mississippi, H-Town, yes sir. 662 area. And that's about it. Yeah.
Now, I noticed when seen some of your highlights, you were playing tackle and you were playing guard. And you said you can play every position along the line. But let me ask you this: what is your favorite position that you like to play to hone on to say maybe I want to be great at this spot?
In high school right now, my favorite position is probably tackle. Yeah, I like being on that island.
You like being on the island? Now, are you a better left tackle or right tackle?
I'm more a better right tackle. Yes, sir.
Okay, so I did see you a little bit on that right side. You say you like being on that island. Do you like those one-on-one battles?
Most of the time, I love the one-on-one battles. That's what I want.
What excites you about the line? Because let's keep it real. When we're coming up, when I coach youth football, a lot of the kids don't want to play offensive line. They want to say that ain't the glamour spot. I ain't getting the ball. I ain't throwing the touchdowns. And so it really takes a different type of person to really like the offensive line and want to be the guy that wants to protect his players and be that guy that's going to be the leader of that in front of them. What kind of made you want to go to the offensive line? Did it kind of morph into you, or is this something that you actually wanted to do?
It's something that I want to do. Offensive line, is you putting yourself on the line, literally on the line for your other players. You're protecting your quarterback and your running back. You don't let people touch them people, which is selfless, in my opinion.
It's very selfless, and we very rarely find those type of players because in this day and age, especially with social media, it's all about the me, me, me. So it's good to see the players that actually are talking about team and want to be great for the team. Now, you said you go to Ace Town. What's the name of your school in particular?
Houston High School.
Houston High School. Now, how long have you been attending there?
I've been attending Houston High School since ninth grade, but I've been in the Houston School District my whole life.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about your team. How did you guys fare last year?
Last year, we came up short. We lost in the first round to Senatobia, but we had a great regular season. We only lost one regular season game, and yeah, we had a great regular season. And I felt like we could have took it all the way, but we had a devastating loss of one of our players, Demarcus
Mm-hmm.
Hall. We had
Mm-hmm.
that devastating loss, and then we lost them on Friday, and we ended up playing our game on Saturday. So we were still a little emotional from that loss, and that played a part in our loss to Senatobia.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. Now, you just mentioned him. What position did he play, and like how big of importance? Why was he so big of an important spot to your team?
He was a huge impact to the team. Jamarcus played defensive line, and before he passed, we was gonna get him to come back to the offensive line for us. I mean, he played. He was big, big dude, about 6'5", and he had an offer from Mississippi State before he passed, also. So yeah, he was a huge impact to us, not just as a football player, but off the field too. He was a great guy.
Man, so that's very unfortunate. That's sad to hear. Um, are you allowed to elaborate a little bit on what happened?
I mean, it's different bits and pieces of what happened. Prior to his death, he lost his mother, Miss Jackie Hall, and
hmm
it was a little emotional roller coaster for him.
right.
One day, the Friday when we was waking up to go to school, we got to school and we got the news that he might have had a seizure or something of that sort, and he was rushed to the hospital and he didn't make it.
Man. I can only understand. And you said you lost him Friday, and then you had to play Saturday. Yeah, I don't know how you really come back about that devastation. That's very understandable in the playoffs. But guess what? I would say you got this next year, in your senior year, you definitely got somebody to dedicate the season to. You know what I'm saying? In his honor, and you seem like the type of kid and the player to be like that. Going into this senior season, let me ask you, what do you think that you need to improve on to be saying Button Lakes is going to be a more complete player this year? And what do you need to work on? Like, as far as, are you going to any camps this year?
Yes, sir. I plan to go to a few camps, a few offensive lineman and defensive lineman camps, and get that competition up there and show that I'm a competitive offensive lineman when it comes to the top players and
Oh,
stuff. And
okay.
I want to lose about 15 to 20 pounds so I can be a little lighter on my feet, and I need to get stronger, in my opinion.
Okay. Now, you mentioned a little bit of defense. Is that something that you will want to play also, or are you strictly an offensive lineman?
Hey, I'm the type of guy that I'll play anywhere.
All
Use
right. Now,
coach. That's my mentality.
okay, but I see that you was pancaking people left and right. Please, y'all, when after we get off this video and I post this video, you need to go watch this dude. This dude is nasty. He likes pancaking people, y'all. Like, he enjoys it. He likes putting people in the ground. I've seen it. I'm like, every single play, I'm like, man, every time he pancake, he got an extra pancake. Like, he got two pancakes with syrup, butter, and all kind of stuff on it. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But I also seen a big smile on your face when I mentioned some defense. Now, with all that pancaking, you look like you could be a little defensive tackle in there. Have you actually got any time, or you just been strictly offensive lineman?
I got a few games at defense. At the end of my film, it's like maybe three different defensive clips on my film.
Mm-hmm.
It's like defense too. I mean, that's another selfless position. Most people don't want to tackle the dive or go sack the quarterback. So most people want the picks and the pick sixes and stuff like that, but they come from the rush, in my opinion.
You're not wrong in your opinion, because it always starts in the trenches. If you don't work in the trenches on the offensive line, defensive line, you're not going to win games. I don't care how good your quarterback is, receivers, running backs. If you can't do anything in the trenches, they're not going to be successful. And we always say in the game, your back end is only as good as your front end. Okay, because those guys are, if they're covering less because you guys can get the pass rush, that's better for them. If they're out there covering 6 or 7 seconds out there, then that's indicative on that defensive line. And I guarantee you that offensive team is moving up and down the field all game. So yes, it is one in the trenches. And also, if you're playing a defensive tackle, let's say you're playing a 0 or 1 tech, you're going to constantly see double teams pretty much the whole game. So yes, that's a selfless position because you're probably not going to get the sacks. But what you are doing, you're taking that center and the guard, and you're opening the door for your linebackers. You're opening the door for your guys to make plays. So people won't talk about it, but the real people, the real football people, are going to see that, and that's what's going to open doors for possible scholarships for you. And as I'm talking about that, have you got any offers? Has anybody sent you anything of that nature?
I don't have any offers, but I have a lot of interest. Northeast Community College and Kahoma Community College came to the school. Uh, and they talked to me.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, we're gonna make it happen, dog. So I'm gonna just tell y'all right now, Mr. Button Lakes, y'all better know about him because we about to open up some doors for him because we about to get him some scholarship work. You feel me? So who's been an inspiration for you since you've done this? Like, who has really motivated you to play this game, or you say, you know what, I love playing this game for them, or this is who I kind of look up to.
Oh, I have a lot of motivation. I mean, it hasn't been easy for me or anybody in my community. My first loss when it comes to a friend, I lost William Anderson. That was my one of my closest friends, and I lost Jamarcus Hall last year, and I lost previously my Coach Lewis last Monday. This Monday,
Mm,
I lost.
wow.
I have a lot of motivation, and there's a lot of more people in my life that motivate me. My mother, I mean, she's a single mother, and I love that lady. She's done everything she can do for me, and I can't complain about having her. And somebody else I would like to mention is Reggie Buchanan. He coached us since we was little, gave us anything we needed, and he always stays on our butt. No excuses in his opinion. No excuses about anything, life, football, grades, anything. No excuses, and I really appreciate him for what he's done for me.
Hey, I love hearing that. Now, was he like your youth football coach?
Yes, sir. Since I started playing, I mean, Reggie Buchanan has been there.
And you know what? See, hey, I get excited about that because, like I said, I coached youth football and basketball for 15 years, and I mean, I got some kids playing right now. I got one of my kids; he's playing for East Carolina. He's a safety out there. His name is Julius Wood. Also, uh Av Av McGarry. I just slipped my head. Av McGarry. He plays for Bowling Green. He's a linebacker, he's sophomore there. So I got some kids playing right now. But one of the joys is Button is when they keep coming back to me after 4 or 5 years, and they don't call me by my first name. They just be like, "What's up, Coach Jay?" That makes me feel good, or they be like, "I remember when you was there for me when nobody else was there, driving me here and forth, back and forth." I mean, that's what we love doing this for. We love doing it to see you guys grow and be great. Now, we talked about a little bit on the gridiron. Now, we also got to talk about school. How you doing with the academics? Where are you standing with your academics right now?
I take pride in my school. My mama and said I was young. I don't. She don't play about those grades, and that stuck inside of me. Like genuinely, I have to pass every class with an A in my mind. I love it. I love my academics.
So, what's your GPA right now?
I got a 3.6 GPA right now to graduating with such honors.
All right, see, that's what we love hearing. See, it ain't always about that on field because guess what? It don't matter how good you are on field you are. If your grades can't do it, and then you ain't never gonna see on field. So that's huge. And let's give shout out to Mama out there for staying on him and keeping them good grades. And look at him building that pride and academic in him. So we giving a big shout out to Mama right now. We love her for that. Now, any schools like now. I know you said you may not have some offers except a few of the community colleges, but let me ask you, if some teams was getting ready to offer you maybe some Division 1 or Division 2, but what's like a dream football team? If you say this team ever offered me, I'd be happier than I don't know what.
Mississippi State University. My room in there, Mississippi
Uh-huh.
down. I love Mississippi.
All right. So I already got my task to go ahead and holler at them guys. We gonna already know who to holler at. So I appreciate that little dib. So we gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and do some plugging, and we're gonna try to make that happen, big dog. So I'm not gonna hold you too much longer. But tell me some things that just kind of like, what do you like to do in your free time? When you're not playing football. Maybe like what's some of your favorite music? Maybe a favorite artist. What does Button Lakes like to do in his free time when he's not playing football?
Oh, I'm a multi-sport athlete, so sometimes we can play basketball, have some basketball runs, or baseball. Also, I can go play baseball with my friends or something. Yeah, I'm a multi-sport athlete. Your artist is No Cap. No Cap and Lil Baby. I can go tip and tap with those guys. I love their music.
Okay. So why is I asked one of these guys, he played for the Dallas Cowboys. He's with the Raiders right now. And he was telling me about Little Baby. He's young, he's about 20 something years old. And he was like, Little Baby is like the new generation type rapper, like maybe Nas was in my generation. He could, he just kind of why is Little Baby so good to you in your opinion?
Oh, Lil Baby, he can rap about anything. I mean, versatile, and I just like his flow.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say, since I think you probably vibe with him because you said he's versatile. You just told me you play basketball, you play baseball, you do football. So maybe that's one of the reasons why you like that. People tend to flock to things that they do, and they tend to listen to things that they, what I'm saying, kind of do in their own life. You know what I mean? Any kind of movies you like to see, any TV shows, anything you'd like to ever watch? Do you ever watch TV, or is it just kind of I like to chill? Do you ever play video games, anything like that?
I mean, I play PS4 with the guys all the time. I be park. I be in 2K.
Are you nice?
Hey, I got to rebound the wing, shoot the lights out.
See, I'm gonna tell you right now, dog. I got two sons. Okay, my oldest is 27 and my youngest is 21. He used to always come over to the crib. See, first of all, but this is what my kids used to do, right? I was a beast. I used to play it all the time, but then I kind of chilled out. But I was a beast, especially in 2K. All right. So what they would do was when I would smash them, I would play teams that nobody play with. Like I'll play with Milwaukee Bucks when they wasn't good. I'll play with, slippy teams when nobody was talking about them. You know what I mean? I play with the Washington Wizards and I'll smash them. And then they'll get mad. And then you know what they would do, dog? I'll play them like 3 or 4 days later. They playing with my squad. I'm like, and after they play on my squad, I can't play with them no more. You feel me? I can't go back to playing them. I'm like, why you take my team? They ain't your team, Dad. I mean, it's your team. You go back. No, I'm not. I don't want to play with them. You done polluted them. You done figured them out. I can't shoot and dunk on you like I used to now because now you playing. And see, my kids, I don't know if you do this. My youngest, when he go on the game, I go to bed. He be on that thing like 10 hours straight. Uh, uh, uh. You don't do that?
I can't stay on for 10 hours straight. I
Yeah,
get
bro.
4 hours and I get bored, man.
See, he be creating people. He be making all kind of stuff, leagues, all this. I'm like, bruh, that's why you so good. I'm like, I play one time out of maybe every 3 weeks. You're playing every single day, 10 hours a day. Shouldn't you beat me? You feel me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, what's the outlook going into this season as far as your team? What's your team goals? What's your individual goals? What is Button Lakes looking for his squad this year? And what is Button Lake looking out for his senior season this year?
My team goes as a team. Every team wants to get that ring. Everybody want to get
Mm-hmm.
married. I
Right.
really I want the state championship, but I want to grow a stronger bond with my brothers.
Right.
Uh, I'm not too focused on myself right now. I'm just trying to lead my team to where we need to be for the season. But I
Mm-hmm.
mean, everybody we want the offers, we want the college scholarships and all that. But like I said, I want to build my bond with my brothers and band together and go win the state championship.
Now, I know you said Mississippi State was your number one college, but would you consider going out of state or are you a homebody?
I will go anywhere to further my education and my football.
And is your mom the type that she'll follow you anywhere you go?
My mother has been by my side, and she will forever be by my side.
So she will be at them games, huh? Faithfully seeing her baby.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. So before we head out here, I did explain to you how what we're gonna do. We're gonna produce this next week. I'm gonna cut and edit it like I've done with a few other people. And what we're gonna do is show this on my pages, my sports pages, my Twitter, and really try to get your name out there. Really understand and show who Button Lakes is. But we really, like I said, we want to talk about just not just a player. We want to get to know the person, and that's why we want to conduct these interviews. And I want to tell you, man, I really love you. I love your personality. You're very mature. I just had Jeremiah Davis. I said the same thing to him. Very mature for his age. You're very mature. Seems like you're very intellectual, and your mother did a great job. So basically, you give her a big high five after we get off this interview because she's done a great job with you already, and I see great things ahead for you. So we're like I said, we're here to open up doors with my channel, and we're going to be interviewing not just one time. We talked about it. We're going to do an interview mid-season, and then we're going to do an interview after the season. We want to look at the progression that happened for you during your time. So number one, I definitely appreciate you taking out your time out of your schedule so we can do this, and we want to make things great for you in your near future. Do you have any other shout outs or anything you want to say before we end this interview? Anybody you want to, dedicate or talk, say anything about? It's cool.
Hey, thank you. Most definitely. Thank you. It's major love. You showing love to us. Well, me rather showing love to me. And I want to shout out to Coach Lewis, Will, Jamarcus, and all my trenches. Everybody that in the trenches. Hey, do what you do, man.
Hey, I love hearing it, and I'm telling you, Cowboys fans gonna love hearing it. And I'm telling you, they're gonna be in here after they see this interview, like, "Hey man, get him. Make sure he get in college so the Cowboys draft him. We need somebody like him." I'm telling you, bro, we're going about to open up doors because remember I just told you, it only takes one person. It only takes one person to see, and then next thing you know, it goes from here to here, and that's the whole purpose that we're trying to do. So without further ado, man, we're gonna chat a little bit before after we end the interview. But I just want to tell you, man, I appreciate you once again jumping on here, and we're here to open up doors. And remember this kid, Button Lakes, 6 foot, 295-pound offensive lineman, offensive tackle. He's mean, he's nasty. We're going to show his tape along with the interview, and you're going to understand when I see what I'm talking about with his pancakes extra syrup over here with these pancakes this dude be doing, man. He don't play around with y'all. You see the smile? See, don't be deceived by that smile, dog. He like putting you in the ground. So I'm just letting you defensive linemen know, don't be fooled by the smile. He likes putting you in the dirt. All right. So without further ado, Big Game James, Button Lakes, we'll talk to you soon.